But you can't look at the picture.
You're not a girl.
You can only
It's
listen,
fine.
and then you have to
The-
draw.
You didn't know what type of.
It doesn't matter.
You didn't know how to translate.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
What's no matter? And, she tried to find. We did my,
Whatever you feel, but it can only be shapes.
Just kind of out to read. And we did it so well, and my friend Dawn did it. My friend Dawn did it first, and then Donald did it.
Yeah, Donald was telling you.
And then, when I got mad, she came over and the net, and she started threatening us, she said, hey, you gonna kill us? And she tried to find my friend Donald, who was like 200 signs. She hit me once and grabbed my arm, I hit her back as, self-defense, and she got my sword, and she got my phone. And the teacher had to her to say sorry, she didn't say sorry, so the teacher could help her.
Well, sounds pretty lame.
Well, you know, she belongs.
I didn't forget, it's, I keep getting interrupted. Long way to do in school.
I went about the currency act.
Good.
Which eventually we have to do the.
All right, you guys want to spin the wheel today? We haven't done that in a long time.
I know what song it was gonna be. What?
All right,
Do you, Aaron, he has a reading loss.
spin the wheel, Ethan, have you ever done it before?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done it one time, so. I don't remember if you've done it before.
Reading loss.
If you don't want to do it, we can have you, Kayla, or Jennifer do it. Who wants to spin the wheel? Okay, I gave Aaron the chance first. And then Kayla first can go. You have to be good.
Oh.
And you get a spin if you don't want to.
Remember, you can notes for, keep on, remember, it's.
No, we don't want to dance.
All right, you want to go with the original one or your second one?
We'll be a shame.
You can go later. If you guys really hate it, if you guys really hate it, we'll only do it for like 5 minutes, and we'll do another one.
Me.
But we gotta listen to the wheel. All right.
No, I already called it. Can I? For what?
Yeah, I don't care if Lauren called it or not, because he won't sit his butt in the chair, so he is not gonna get any rewards unless. Yeah, you should get to go, you'll get to go before long.
I'm gonna get a good.
Well, the reward is spinning the wheel, but we'll give you guys a better reward sometime soon.
Can we listen to music?
No.
Oh,
Nobody's gonna pay the need.
Aaron's listening to yoga, you're going to see.
You guys wanna build that rocket?
Yeah.
It's not warm, it's not good yet.
Yeah, let's actually do it, because I'll be back for him, he has to do his work. He has to do anything.
Busy.
No, that's not, that's not for yet, that's for like next week. Just let him do it with us, because I feel bad for the fact that he can't really be fun with this, and he's a little kid.
Tell me when you guys start, so we can just.
Alright, then put on my jacket.
Well, if you want to, it's
All
there.
What time I.
Yeah, read the instructions.
Yeah, you promise, I can walk.
Yeah, you get to be the one to do the actual launching part. All right.
I get to, turn it into it.
Practice that, yeah.
There's a baby.
He's sleeping.
Oh, okay.
He died. No, you have to hold back on that.
Lon, you know that tube that you're holding right now?
How do you put this one?
Give it to Jennifer. Just the tube, not the whole thing. I'll show you in a minute. Hey Jennifer, you know where that sink in there is? Can you just rinse that with water? All right.
Long 30 fingers or 13.
Well, it says that you're supposed to rinse it before you use it.
Sam, I think this is what we're supposed to put in. Let me see.
What? Well, let me see. Sam, I eat pizza at school. And this big boy
Really?
Wait, where's the other lemon tea?
Oh, yeah, okay, okay.
We're just having very good.
Not because of that, like,
Alright,
you have to stand well. Okay, I'm not going to. See you both, like, see you both,
vinegar, baking soda. You guys remember with the bath bombs, there's different kinds of chemistry. There's vinegar is an acid and baking soda is a base. When you mix bases and acids together, sometimes they bubble, sometimes they explode. In this case, it's gonna be kind of in the middle, just,
What type of
yeah.
paper do we use?
just enough to, push the rocket.
How did you say it?
I know.
It's the opposite way that you're doing, I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm pretty sure that, no, stop. Okay. This tube goes inside the rocket. And,
Oh, we need.
yeah, and you use this to like stick it on there. But we're not gonna push it all the way in until we actually put the fuel in there. So just keep that separate. Don't put them together yet. All right, Jennifer, you have the vinegar, right?
Now we're gonna put it in the hole.
We do all for now.
So Helen, you show them the movie, okay? Today.
Hey, Aaron, if you Jackson do want, we're gonna launch this rocket. Is that okay? It's not outside. It's a science experiment.
Rocket?
Yeah, it's not dangerous. but
You're supposed to be.
It's just vinegar and baking soda.
Where you shoot.
There's no fire or anything. It's just vinegar and baking soda. Aaron, if you can come with us, we can video record it and then you guys can watch and you guys can do it. You guys can all for that.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, where you check it? Yeah, well, maybe.
I go. First. No, what's all saying, bro? He killed him. I did not get any money this time. Me either. That was a long time. All the freaking day when Lon was trying to like discourage. No, I got baking powder. See? You want to try? No. 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 Yeah, I'm already. I was done. Mom, this is the paper, but we do vinegar. Never mind.
Here's, yeah. That vinegar is good.
You really want that to school, bro. Canning and cooking.
Yeah.
I eat the piano.
We're gonna have to deal with the measuring, because I think that was the problem.
I don't have one.
I think there's one downstairs. But,
Yeah.
yeah, we should. Like that. Where's the rocket? Tony, what happened to the rocket?
You're there. That's over.
Where?
Ben's back on it and then you sit on it. Yeah.
So.
Or you sit on my belly.
Bring everything back.
Yeah,
So we not what happened?
Die.
Huh?
It's hot.
Dance?
Damn, it's good.
Dance?
I do that.
You didn't do
Hold
both?
on, bedtime. Where my teacher? I'm going to bed. I'm drinking. Well,
Go drink.
Sarah, can we go upstairs?
What do you think about upstairs for?
This is much funner.
No, take a break up here.
Why?
So, I don't want you guys to go in different places, well, we can't keep an eye on all of them.
But you guys don't keep an eye on us out there.
Even when we're not watching, you're on the camera, fun side, please. We didn't get the rocket to fly.
Yeah, looking?
No, I think we measured the vinegar wrong. Yeah, so next time, whenever more kids are here, they'll be better as well. First one. One, I don't know where you were.
Man, I don't have it.
Có sao là sao ạ? À. Và vậy thì trong tháng này kể lên giảm luôn. Bây giờ hôm nay hả?
rồi những cái phát khác nó sẽ đi theo để mà nó hình thành cái con như vậy. Sự như là những cái sự thì chúng chỉ anh em nhớ cũng quê gần đúng là cái độ quê là nó cũng tốt, nhưng mà cái mức tiền khởi lên chứ nó chưa có rõ ràng, nó chỉ khởi lên trong tâm trí thôi, cái trong tâm mình khởi lên cái sự tiền thì nó có cái sự liên một quê, có nghĩa là những cái phát khác nó sẽ đưa vào đó, nó sẽ đưa vào cái mức tiền, cái khởi lên mức tiền. Ví dụ đây khi con khởi lên cái giống như là con khởi lên con cái iPhone của một người nào đó, con đi vô rồi con thấy cái mức tiền của lên con iPhone mới quá, con sẽ lấy cái iPhone đó, thì khi mà con nhìn thấy cái iPhone đó là cái phát mức tiền trong con thì cái sự duyên của quy là những cái phát khác. Ví dụ như là con nhìn qua có ai hay không, cái điều tiền để mình thấy mức tiền đó nó có nặng
Why you don't bring it back upstairs like last time? Then be fast, we've only got like 30 minutes. Only got 2 minutes.
Thì như mình vô mà nếu mình không thấy cái iPhone thì cái điều tiền nó sẽ không cái mức tiền không nhiều lên. Cho nên chính do mà từ cái sự duyên là đoạn từ cái sự việc có mặt thì mình phải làm sao tránh cái duyên đó đi. Mình có tiền để chính là khi nó ví dụ như là có tiền ở đây anh giao sự duyên của viên là do cái phát này, cái phát chính là cái điện thoại sự duyên của viên nó có nặng ở đây có mất tiền không tập. Bây giờ tôi muốn thấy
You know, have you won? Little toes. We're not doing it all. Give me one.
So we have.
No, just give me one.
Yeah.
Give me one shot. One.
What?
Oh, I want to see. Yeah, we can get it all perfect.
Quay xử lý nào?
Downstairs.
Nghe lấy gì?
I bet we'll
Three
be.
to the time, yeah.
What? Mom, we don't play. I'm gonna go get food downstairs after class. Well, it'll take a bit, like a week or something to get it over.
Why?
I'll be using my computer. Oh. My mom said she's already gonna borrow. She didn't need like a week or so.
No, but still need to get Roblox. You need to get Roblox.
You're not getting it.
How does Serena be on Roblox?
So,
It's not Roblox time, it's tutoring time.
I'm playing time.
Hush, alright, anyway, so who remembers anything about this rocket? Like, how it works? How it works? Oh, okay, tell us how it works, or how it's supposed to work.
Alright, so I think we did it wrong because I think we put too much, I think we put too much baking soda in there. And maybe we were supposed to put the baking soda like inside the rocket ship.
You know, no.
Yeah, but like chemically, what's the deal with like vinegar and baking soda?
So the the vinegar is the acid and the baking soda is the base. And when they two mix together, they break what something is called a chemical reaction.
Chemical reaction. What's up, Karina, what are you doing?
5 to 50?
Alright, we're gonna watch this video, so we can see what I'm doing.
Wait, we're just one piece.
Not the last.
I want to keep it.
What kind of line? Right there.
We fetch on you could be fetch on us.
I'm gonna need to snitch on you once, Tony.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, one. I said.
Except that.
No more snitching, no more snitching about snitching, or snitching about snitching about snitching.
What? All three of them, bro.
Okay, because now you're snitching on snitching.
I know. Oh my God. Snitch on
No more, it's over, it's not talking
Let
about.
Aaron, go down, let Aaron, so that he can babysit you.
Okay, we sit in.
Is Aaron, eating lunch?
Yeah.
Let's watch the instructions now. You can have it,
Pick him up.
Yes.
Did you go down there and talk to Aaron? Go get Aaron.
No.
That's it.
And Bigfoot.
All the reactions to. And the instructions that come in the kit are terrible.
You watch them.
That's how you put the stopper on.
Wait, you put it on now. Don't we did it right?
So that you can essentially fill it then, all the parts, you can see that there's little holes, you fill it there into the funnel with baking soda, and then you pour 3/4 of a cup of vinegar into the rocket itself. And then you go ahead and take the reaction tube that's got the baking soda in it and you stopper it. Remove the sort of horizontally into the base of the rocket. You gotta push pretty hard and twist to get it all the way to
Eating.
and then you just slide it
Okay, can I be
the
eating
base
for
like
now?
that. We did this out in the street in front of our house.
Can I watch that?
And our reaction to it was like, well, it's
No.
because it
No,
literally
no,
looks like nothing's gonna. And for us, you know,
I'm
cold,
doing this.
June day.
I think the real problem is we don't have this conference, we don't have the conference.
It's very watching.
Get you up there.
Yeah, I wanna say a few minutes about it, but we actually have to chill like for half when you're sitting out there. But then it did last off, yeah, it's like it's, flew. So,
Yes, I am.
25, 30
Here,
feet
I want you to.
into the air in the street in front of.
I want to do
I
Sam.
really,
Yeah.
Um,
Sam, can I come to your table? No.
see what's happening. So hopefully that helps you guys, because figuring it out the first time is rather difficult.
Oh,
I'm Elsa does.
this also behaves. You've been breaking the rules all day. Staying around in the food hall. Okay, Jackson, you can try to come over today. Come, but sit over there. Don't sit close to the lawn.
Why?
You know why. Alright. Anyway, now we're gonna watch a video.
No,
we're having to stop her.
We're gonna figure out a replacement.
Oh my God, for reason.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another science lesson with Nappy STEM Academy. Today we're going to be doing the volcano base experiment. We'll be learning about the chemical reactions between a base and an acid, and you're going to create your very own volcano base at home. Today's lesson exists in the world of chemistry, which is a subcategory of science in which we talk about elements and substances that exist in our world and how they work and how they work with each other. So in order to understand all of that, we're going to start with some vocabulary words. The first thing we'll need to understand is the pH scale. If you look to your left, you'll see that rainbow rectangle on the screen. That's our pH scale. pH scale measures how acidic or how basic a substance is. It ranges from 0 all the way to 14. Acids are categorized as less than 7, bases are greater than 7, and 7 itself is rated as the neutral number. So acids are a substance with a pH of less than 7. So for our experiment today, we're going to be using vinegar, which is an acetic acid. Can you find what number it is on the pH scale?
4. 3. It's 4. 3. 4.
Oh my God.
A base is something with a pH greater than 7. Today we're going to be using baking soda, which is a type of base commonly used in cooking. Can you find where it lives on the pH scale?
14.
I don't know, that's because we're gonna use it for blue stuff.
It's
right?
portions. For example, if you've ever heard water called H2O, there's a reason for that. It's made up of more than one element. It's made up of hydrogen, which stands for the H, and oxygen, which stands for the O. The reason why the 2 is there is because there are 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen that come together to form water.
Serena. Why is water called H2O? She just said it. Think about it. Can you remember what she just said? All right, Kayla. Why is water sometimes called H2O?
Oh, what is that? I'm rolling it up.
Uh-oh.
Iris.
Aiden.
Because it has hydrogen and because it has hydrogen and oxygen.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. What's the 2 mean?
The 2.
Yeah.
No, look at it. Ooh.
I already didn't know.
I'm sorry.
She's busy.
What?
Busy rolling it up. All right.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oxygen.
People use that in the truck.
Close. No, it's H2 means 2 hydrogen.
Okay.
If it was a different chemical, there'd be a different number after the 2. Like
3 hydrogen.
I think hydrogen peroxide. Like that stuff that's like in the brown bottles, sometimes you put on the cuts. I think it's H2O2, or it might be H2O4. Anyway, it's just like 2 of hydrogen and 1 oxygen is what water is. That's why it's sometimes called H2O. Anyway.
Lastly, we have a chemical reaction, which is when one or more chemicals are changed into one or more other chemicals. When vinegar, an acidic substance, and baking soda, a base.
Wow,
Skibidi toilet.
definitely never.
In the vinegar react with and bicarbonate ions in the baking soda. The result of this chemical reaction is two new chemical compounds. These two new compounds are carbonic acid and sodium acetate. This creates the bubbles and foam you see when you mix baking soda and vinegar together. Because they produce carbon dioxide bubbles when mixed, these and other similar chemicals have been used as chemical leavening agents in bread. The use of chemical leaveners appears to have been first documented as early as 1796 in a cookbook entitled American. As interesting as this chemical.
Alright, I think we're already done with the part that was important. I just wanted her to explain the deal with vinegar and baking soda. Alright. Yeah, you combine them and they have a reaction because they're kind of like opposites, and when you put them together, they get excited. Well, quit messing with that little guy. Leave him alone. He's trying to live his life. Doesn't want to be screwed around with
Yeah,
you.
well, I'm trying to live my life.
Kill him alone, screwing with them, leave him alone. Alright. Who wants to spin the wheel? We'll talk about something else. Oh, I think Kayla called it earlier.
No, I don't. But you are listening. You're eating. I wasn't
Jennifer, you can go after
eating. Me.
Kayla.
You said I have to go.
I said you couldn't go because you wouldn't sit in your seat all day, and also I told you to put that thing away, and you never put that thing away.
I can go.
I said you could go before long.
Is that? Oh, no, okay.
Alright, this is about the ocean. You wanna learn about the oceans?
So,
You don't wanna learn about the oceans, you get one free respin.
Hey, can we learn about the blue?
No, we did that last semester.
We're done. Go.
Do you wanna do oceans or mythology?
The dog on gods.
Hello.
Cầm là hai đứa ăn gì chưa? What's so flower? So my own.
See you. Alright, did you wanna do oceans or mythology? Mythology? Alright. What kind of mythology do you guys wanna hear about? What? Zeus? Anybody have any different opinions on Zeus?
Poseidon.
So you guys wanna do some old Greek guys, I guess. Well,
Or nothing. No.
please stop playing with that, Jennifer. I don't care if you have it. Put it away, so, because it's making too much.
He's trying to wrap up with drugs.
Yeah. I know.
Where's the music? Turn the music, turn the bass, turn the music, turn the bass.
Turn it up.
Alright, we'll watch something about Zeus and we'll watch something about Poseidon, since that's what you guys want, and then we'll do something else. That's pretty cool.
Zeus,
Kraken.
Sky, Father Olympus. So Zeus is
I
not
don't know,
God.
I've never heard you guys.
Zeus is not God.
Huh?
Zeus is not God.
He's a god.
So why is he so big? Why is he so famous? It's because of Hercules.
He was the king of the gods in that pantheon.
King
So
of
you speak of Jesus?
No, it's a different religion. Where they have like a whole different bunch of guys.
So Jesus is not Greek.
No, well, some of his boys spoke Greek. That's a whole other history lesson.
Hey, that's not exactly.
We're gonna do Zeus and then Poseidon. Do you guys wanna do Poseidon first and then Zeus? Yeah, he is. Jupiter is actually his Latin name. And Zeus is his Greek name. All the Greek and Roman gods did all kinds of weird stuff. That was, yeah. So Zeus's dad was like, all right, before the regular Greek and Roman gods, they had these, before the regular Greco-Roman gods, they had Titans. And the Titans were like the parents of the gods. But the Titans, some of them were kind of berserk, including the king of the Titans was Kronos, who represents time. And Kronos not want anybody to replace him as the king of the gods. So anytime his wife would have a baby, he would eat it.
His own father.
And
So his wife Rhea.
huh?
He is father too.
I don't remember anything about Kronos, but you probably know. He was nuts. Anyway,
Rhea
So-
Zeus.
what this guy's telling is his wife got fed up with him eating all their kids. So she disguised a rock as the baby and was like, yeah, here's your baby. And then she hid Zeus because he was enough, like Kronos was enough of a Zeus that he broke off for it and he ate a rock instead of a baby. He was like, all right, I guess my baby tastes like rock.
That's really- Yeah, it's okay.
Zeus was raised. My God.
Is that his wife?
Rhea is the wife of Cronus and the mom of Zeus, yeah.
Zeus challenged his father for the throne.
Zeus and his
He
mom.
started by forcing Kronos to regurgitate his siblings.
Yeah, exactly. So what he's saying there is, well, the reason,
Aside.
anyway,
Demeter.
That's a man, mom.
The girl.
anyway.
It's still a man.
Well, video aside, I'm just gonna tell you, since you guys can't stop getting too excited about the video. Anyway, so,
Jackson was here, that's why.
all right, Lauren, calm
I
down.
wasn't even paying attention.
Anyway, so the whole story is like Cronus was afraid that his god kids would overthrow him and replace him as the king. So he was eating all his babies until his wife tricked him into eating a rock instead of Zeus. And then Zeus was raised by Gaia, the earth goddess. So he was raised by the earth goddess, and then he became a grown man god, and then he went and fought his dad, and because they're magical, he was able to get his dad to throw up all the kids he ate, and they were fine, because it's magic and gods and stuff.
Yeah, they don't want that.
Such as Epimetheus and Prometheus.
And anyway, after he defeated his dad and locked his dad away so he doesn't bother anybody else, he became the new king of the gods. His powers are lightning, and he can do other stuff like shape shifting, become big or small or different animals.
Turn into a duck.
Yeah, he would turn into a goose actually. Yeah, he liked to turn to a big, no, it was actually a swan, not a goose or a duck. He turned to a swan. And he would cheat on his wife all the time.
I like them like that.
A lot of Greek myths are about Zeus cheating on his wife and getting into trouble. You guys have ever heard of Hercules? Hercules was Zeus cheated on his wife with a human and made a baby that was half god and half human, a demigod, and that was Hercules.
It's right there.
Yeah, we're not gonna watch Hercules right now. But anyway, whenever Hercules grew up, he had like god powers. He wasn't as strong as a god because he was part human, but he had to fight all kinds of monsters. That's a whole other story. We're gonna do Poseidon now.
What about the seven endless? Are they part of the same?
What is that?
Oh, didn't ring a bell. Alright, hey, Poseidon, he's got an even longer video because he's
I can't remember it's living neutral.
That's so cool.
pretty cool. He's the ocean guy.
I like him.
I like that. It's not polite. Don't worry about the ad.
No, I said.
You know I can read your mind. That's not how.
The quality of shape of the English explain your notes. This is.
What's Thunderbird? What is that?
What?
The Thunderbird.
That's a different myth.
That's that dope. I don't know what this is. Oh, you don't take it out.
Rating the
It's that dope.
Escape from the waters. Colors. When one instant, the waters become turbid, stormy, even deadly. Such a vast realm with vast power, which both give and take life, was built.
Am I going to school? No, I don't go to school anymore because I'm told.
Lead on over by an incredibly powerful being, one whose temperament was just as turbulent as the sea itself. To the ancient Greeks, that being was Poseidon. Depicted as a powerfully built, bearded man carrying a trident, Poseidon is the god of the sea, rivers, earthquakes, even horses.
Yep.
But not as prominent as his brother Zeus.
You know the
Poseidon's power was really expected
we take you over
and tracked to be greatly feared. Poseidon was the son of the Titans Cronus and Rhea. Cronus, the king of the Titans, feared that his children would rise up and usurp him, just as he had done to his own father.
What?
His
I
father
think he got a song to know.
What?
Did he get beaten up by his dad?
Who, Zeus or
Poseidon.
Poseidon? Yeah, he was one of the ones that whenever Zeus beat Kronos, he threw up all the kids he'd eaten, and Poseidon was like, nice, I'm not eating anymore. No.
Combat the Titans born, the Cyclopses poured for him his trident, with which he possessed total control over the seas, and was capable of creating vast floods, tempests, hurricanes, and even earthquakes. After a vicious battle, the Olympians were victorious over the Titans, and became the rulers of the cosmos. The three sons of Cronus, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, drew lots in order to divide the universe between them. Zeus would go on to govern the heavens. Hades would rule over the underworld, and Poseidon became the king of the seas. Poseidon lived in the glory.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I'm gonna give you guys a choice between being the god of the sea or the god of the sky. And you guys are gonna raise your hand whenever I say it. All right, raise your hand if you want to be the god of the sky. Nobody. Who won't be the god of the sea?
There's so much undiscovered stuff.
Yeah, the sea is pretty cool. All right, good choice.
Greatest palace on the earth, adorned with white turrets, great lost doorways, encrusted with corals and shells.
I mean, the sky is space.
Yet despite how magnificent this underwater abode may have been, it is believed that Poseidon had spent the majority of his time on Olympus, while Nereids and Oceanids tended this palace.
I don't like Ocean.
Tony, you know there's a bodhisattva for space? What? He's called Kashigarba.
What about for water?
There probably is one, but I don't know the name of it.
Every animal that called the ocean home, and all the spirits and deities that lived there as well, were at his beck and call. Even colossal sea monsters were under Poseidon's servitude. His chariot was said to be pulled by a team of enchanted horses, a pod of dolphins, or even by a group of serpentine, mythical creatures with a horsey front half and a tail of giant fish. Mer horses, if you will. His wife was Amphitrite, a Nereid with whom he had 3 sons. Rode at the Sicily, and a half-man, half-fish being named Triton.
I didn't like China.
Though he was married to Amphitrite.
You know the planet Neptune? Neptune is another name for Poseidon. So that planet is named after Poseidon, Neptune, and it has a moon called Triton because Triton was the son of Poseidon / Neptune.
Poseidon was unfaithful.
You can have it.
Much like how Zeus regularly had extramarital affairs behind Hera's back. Poseidon would have many lovers and sexual partners.
All right, that's enough of that. So anyway, he's cool, he's big, he had ocean powers. Someday we're gonna learn about the Kraken because it's a giant water octopus.
Well, thank you for pushing up on that.
Kraken, yeah, there's a brand of Kraken.
No, really, it's a, I think, and when you jug it.
I've seen it.
It's not alcohol, no.
No, it's not. It's just shocking.
There's actually an Indian version of Zeus.
My name is Azusa.
There's
And I'm
one-
Azusa.
There's like a Hindu version of Zeus, and there's also. This version.
Beta, you're a god, so you cannot take it over me. I am the god of the thunder.
David daughter.
So
You should put that token.
No, this is Indian,
thousands and thousands of years ago, yeah,
Aren't you Indians too?
yeah, thousands of years ago, people don't ever talk about this. It's an understudied part of history. I think it's really interesting. Thousands of years ago, everybody thinks all the different cultures of the world were really separate, but they weren't. They all hung out and traveled and stuff, and chariots and horses and stuff. And so a lot of the gods that are in the West also exist in the East, just with different names. And so this god is basically like the Buddhist version of Zeus. And this god is basically the Hindu version of Zeus.
What about, that space guy?
Oh, Spake Bodhisattva?
Yes.
Yeah, Kashyagarbha, he's cool. Yeah, in Sanskrit, Akash or Akasha means space. His name literally means boundless space treasury, is one way to translate it. Anyway,
What about the water?
water,
Water.
water, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna famous Colorado.
Yeah.
Basically, we don't have legs now.
Tony, I gave you a secret Sanskrit name. Do you want it? Do you want to know this? All right. Give me the paper. Lord. Sati, which means always being mindful of space because you're always thinking about it. Because Sati means mindful or remembering or thinking about. All right, anyway, we got 10 minutes left before we need to clean
I'm
up.
trying to save you.
So Jennifer, you want to spin the wheel?
Yes. Great, the dog.
You really died. Oh, damn, why am I spinning?
Oh, very good.
Spin, you get a respin every time if you have the first one. But if you don't like the second one, you have to pick between the first one and the second one. Which one you like more?
Asian history.
All right, cool.
Japanese.
Come
All right.
on.
What Asian country you guys want? What?
Let's learn about, because the earthquake and the plane crash. Let's learn about samurai. No, it's about, no, we should learn about
Thailand?
the airplane crash and the earthquake in Japan that happened like not too long ago.
We will another time because Aiden like almost never gets to pick, and also I don't think we've ever talked about Thailand before. We totally have talked about Japan before. So anyway, yeah, let's learn about Thailand. So were you here today to watch like the cool Cambodian dancers do the Lamaya? That's maybe not specific enough. Well, anyway, Thailand, they still have kings. Their current king isn't as good as their old king, but they have a long line of kings.
It's really too long cord.
Anyway, I could probably find some good videos about Thai history if we didn't have only 10 minutes. And they do have it's not that long. Anyway, Thailand, general, people.
On and on.
We're not even at school, we're not even doing tutoring on Monday because Martin Luther King Jr. wrote.
I mean,
You can totally do it on Monday.
I thought Martin Luther King died.
yeah, but Really celebrating his birthday?
Yeah, he's
Why do
considered,
you want to know this?
widely considered a big hero.
Oh,
Anyway, Thailand is a pretty cool country because they're in between India and China. So they have kind of similar cultures to India in some ways, but they're definitely Asia. They're actually they're between China and, or no, they're between India and Vietnam, basically. I'm gonna show you guys that. So anyway, here's India, and here's Thailand, and up here's Thailand, here's Vietnam. Anyway, so Thailand actually had a bunch of Indian kings. Like they had like Indian dudes come there and spread Hinduism and Buddhism, which they're not into Hinduism really anymore. It's way up here, we're gonna talk about it. It's kind of a part of China, it's kind of not, it's a whole, it takes more time to explain. But anyway, we found one. They have a really cool mixture of like Indian culture and Southeast Asian culture. I do want to find a video about it, but we probably don't have time to watch the whole video.
So you're gonna eat this?
No,
We have 9 minutes.
no. Quit making noise with it. You want to face the thermometer for our last couple minutes?
That's what Mr. Biden.
India and Southeast Asia have a rich alignment in art, architecture, language, and religion. India and Southeast Asia share striking similarities, but how and when did Southeast Asia become so Indianized? The answer is hidden in an ancient Cambodian love story. Cambodia's origins are anything but ordinary. The love between an Indian princess and an Indian merchant served as its foundation.
Both Cambodians and Thai people wear these cool crowns.
Cambodia's first king was an Indian merchant, a man known as Kondinya. Kondinya's story begins in the 1st century CE. His historical name, Kondinya, provides the first insight into his life, because it's not his true given name. Kondinya is a reference to a Brahmin community that populates the Andhra Orissa coast, a region commonly known as Kalinga. Kalinga was a powerhouse of early Indian trade, and their merchant mariners were called Sadhava.
Kalinga, interestingly enough, is where that last battle that Emperor Ashoka fought whenever he decided that he wasn't going to fight anyone anymore. He wanted to become a peaceful Buddhist. But that was before this. It's just a side note that Kalinga is that same place.
Himself was a Brahmin son, and it's likely that he was wealthy and well connected. He was the owner of one or more large merchant vessels, or boyas, the expertly crafted, square-sailed ships of Kalinga. There was at least one major manufacturing center for boyas at Golima on Lake Chilika. Lake Chilika also served as a port of departure for merchants. As a large body of water with a narrow opening to the sea, it offered a natural protective cover. Before we turn our focus to India, let's take a look at the bigger picture. In this era, foreign trade was so extensive that port cities like Nagpur, bazaars crowded with crates of imported goods. This trade is associated with a long period of rapid prosperity in both South and Southeast Asia. But trade wasn't limited to the East. In the West, Rome had just conquered Egypt, and thanks to the revitalization of the old Egyptian maritime routes, Romans and Indians began trading extensively. Roman senators were hyper concerned about hyperinflation, because so much of their silver was being depleted by being sent to India to trade. So with all that in mind, let's get back to Kondinya. Kondinya set sail for Southeast Asia in the 1st century CE. But how did he actually get there? In that era, Indian mariners would wait for seasonal monsoon winds coming from the northeast. Using these winds, they quickly sailed along the coast all the way to Sri Lanka. Along the way, mariners would conduct trade at urban centers on the coast. Then from the northern tip of Sri Lanka, Indian mariners would cut a straight path to Southeast Asia across the Bay of Bengal. Severe weather and wind made this crossing
I wish we had time because I would like to talk about
They
those.
would arrive in Southeast Asia at the mouth of the Ganges.
Remind me next time we do it.
Indian mariners could
continue into the streets of Malacca.
Yeah, they are.
Like the southern coast of Sumatra.
We will wait 7 years.
Well, there's a whole race of Nagas. I mean, Nagas basically are dragons.
Don't
I
know
know,
what's
big one with the little hat.
There's all kinds of
He found himself in all the time.
They're
Gideon could have been carrying a variety of high demanding.
I remember the one, because
In addition, you could have been carrying Western goods. All of this.
We probably don't have time to finish this, but it is an interesting topic. How about next week?
We just learn a little bit about it, like we have 4 minutes.
Next week, remind me if I forget, let's talk about the whole deal with Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Laos, and how they got into Buddhism, basically. 'Cause that's an interesting topic. Maybe talk about other stuff besides just Buddhism, but yeah, like Long said, Naga are awesome. They're basically,
They're like a Buddhist dragon.
yeah, they're like Buddhist dragons because they're shape-shifting reptilians. So they're like intelligent reptiles that can change their shape. Sometimes they're kind of humanoid, sometimes they're more like dragons, and sometimes they're more like snakes. Let's look at a time like that. Look how awesome these Thai Nagas are. See, they're basically dragons. It's got a bunch of heads. This one's just got one head, so super cool looking head.
I wanna see what the blue looks like. In real life.
Nobody does.
only the dead zone. Instead of the dragon outside, I think we showed them in a while.
Like I said, the Naga basically are dragons. They're like intelligent reptiles. They're more powerful than humans, but less powerful than gods. So they can change their shape and do all kinds of cool snaky magic stuff. Yeah. And they're not really good or evil, but they are often rude and arrogant because they're better than people. Well, they're stronger than humans, so they sometimes they are kind of rude to humans because they think they're better than humans, but anyway. This is a good one. This is just a TV, that's not a good one. I like to take all kinds of different forms anyway. One of the most important, it's really important Buddhist figures named Naga.
I can call Aaron.
Well, he's like a bodhisattva. He came after the Buddha, but he had like a bunch of sutras that he got from the Nagas actually, because after the Buddha passed away, there were sutras that the Nagas took care of until Nagarjuna came down. Yeah, go ahead and think up. Here he is surrounded by snakes representing, he's like, he's a snake friend of snakes.
Speaking of your God for the wrist length, there's no amazing.
He probably didn't look like this actually because he was from South India. If you're from North India, you might look like this, but if you're from South India, probably not. Anyway, all right, there's not much to clean up. How about somebody goes and puts this over there on the bookshelf? Yeah.
Sticking out the long, but this.
Well, take attendance for me. All right. Aiden already called it. So Aiden, grab a piece of paper and a pencil and write everybody who's here, including like all the students on the left and put like me and Aaron on the right for tutors. And put the date at the top.
That's it. Give me your backpack. No, you're not taking your backpack.
W.
What? Your daddy is.
Ashok.
You don't have to sign it, just write it. It's a name like so big. It's like-
There you go.
SERI.
Mom.
You're already. Signature Jackson.
That's a carry down the middle to Jackson.
Yeah, of course.
Jackson.
They don't have to write their names, just you write them.
Why don't Mom write his name?
If you do it that way, Aiden, Kayla's definitely gonna beat you by getting it done first. It looks like Kayla's already. AARON.
Dylan's not here, does it? It's more when they signed it.
My friend made it.
Yeah.
Not a nice thing to write.
Give it back.
Oh, Dave.
I need to. Is it 11 today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, are you?
Batman, I can fix it. Why? Get her down the middle.
Alright, hands together, hands together. Serena, hands together.
You see a bunch of balance.
Aiden, you ran out of time, you did it too slow. Hey, put your hands together. Kayla already did it. 'Cause you did it. Alright, Long, give my eye.
Very nice, very nice. May I learn more in school? May I accomplish a lot of things in life?
Alright, May, our tutors. Jennifer.
Your tutors be joyful. Your tutors be joyful. Your tutors be thoughtful.
Your tutors be thoughtful.
And our tutors be courageous.
Your tutors be courageous. Alright, let's see. Last one, Mayor Temple. What, Jackson, do you wanna do it? Alright, go ahead, Jackson.
Your temple be hopeful.
Mayor Temple, be thoughtful. Two more.
Your temple not get banned. Your temple not get banned.
Okay. One more.
Your temple. Nice.
Alright, well, I don't know if I'm gonna see you guys until Tuesday or Wednesday, because you're definitely off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and you might be off for.
No, this is not NTR paper, so I think there's a hard chance they're gonna go.
Okay, so if we don't see each other again until Wednesday, have a fun, long weekend.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank
There it is, MLK Day. This non-flex in service, I have no idea what that is. Well, that's fun, this is the day before my birthday anyway.
Really, February 20th?
Yeah.
My birthday is on the 20th as well.
I was about to say, we're kind of the same thing.
2 months of the year.
How are you?
Yeah, thank you.
April, spring break is April Fools. We're gonna say April Fools, no spring break. I guess. I only have one student today, so I don't have much to write. The spreadsheet,
Yeah,
not much, you didn't do much anyway.
pretty easy. Pretty easy day.
Honestly, there's no numbers, they just gave us up with the NPI.
So what's NTI stand for? I think I know, but I forgot.